Okay, we want action. We want to see it happen. And if they didn't have Elon Musk, they could not do anything. If they did not have Star Base, it's not Star Base. It's Starlink. If they didn't have Starlink, if they didn't have Elon Musk, which some people are trying to put down, then they couldn't do any of this. It is because of Doge. Doge is still there, and Doge is doing their job because they're high intellect individuals that don't go for bogus bull stuff.
We're taking back the money, the luxury cars, the jewelry, and these alleged fraudsters will face justice.
Let's see.
The coordinated actions of the past 2 weeks have resulted in over $182 million in cash and other assets seized, making clear our healthcare fraud enforcement efforts generate a significant return on investment for our taxpayers. In terms of Medicaid fraud, we're able to announce today the creation of the West Coast Strike Force and the deployment of additional prosecutors, allowing us to bring charges against a record-setting 295 defendants.
A
Our
record
indictments allege
setting.
over $518 million in Medicaid fraud between these individual defendants. You're going to hear from Director Patel in a moment, but apprehending alleged
I
fraudsters
wanted to
remains
see them
a
go
top
to
priority of the Department of
Guantanamo
Justice
after
and
what
the
they've done.
FBI and our other law enforcement partners, including the DEA, who's here as well. At last year's takedown, a year ago, we charged multiple individuals for allegedly running a $10.6 billion
What multiple
medical equipment scheme
individuals? Let me
using
see
stolen identities to
pictures.
make false Medicare claims. Today, I can announce that earlier this month, we apprehended 2 of those defendants extradited from
Let's
Estonia.
see.
Separately, over the weekend, we conducted the foreign transfer to custody of a defendant who is allegedly connected to another $3.7 billion in intended loss. I want to thank our
I
tireless
want to
federal,
know
state, and
who
local law
killed Charlie
enforcement
Kirk.
agencies who
Did
work hard every
Israel do
day
it?
and participated in these
And
whole of government
this is why
operations.
I want to know.
This is just the beginning.
This is just the
Fraudsters can
beginning.
no
I'm going to
longer
show
rip
you
off
on the
American
next video
taxpayers. If you
what's
seek to
been
harm or
said.
cheat Americans, we will find you, seize any assets, and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
Okay, well, let's
Thank
see
you
it
very much.
then.
I'm going to turn
in false and fraudulent claims for cardiovascular tests.
I like this
This
guy
defendant
right
allegedly
here.
used marketing
I think he's
tactics
about
designed to
something.
prey on fears that
And
student
he's
athletes
serious.
could die from sudden cardiac arrest. He then allegedly rubber-stamped test results as normal without reviewing them. Despite one patient's test results showing an enlarged heart, the defendant allegedly signed off on the test results within approximately 11 seconds of accessing the 63 test result images. As a result, the student was cleared to play, and he suffered sudden cardiac arrest and died on the basketball court just weeks later. That is why we cannot and will not tolerate fraud in healthcare.
A lot of people are dying
How are
of
we going
cardiac
about targeting
arrest
fraud in healthcare?
due to a
We
certain
are following
shot
the data.
that went in people's
Data talks,
arms
and data doesn't
with an
lie.
unknown substance.
It identifies where fraud is happening
Huh?
and unmasks the perpetrators driving it. For
And they
example,
allowed it to
our
happen.
data analytics team observed
They
a
stood
dramatic
down
spike in payments
and
for
allowed it to
allografts
happen.
from less than $1 billion
But maybe
in 2021
it's
to
going to
over
turn out to
$14
be a
billion
good
just 4
thing.
years later.
Because
Our
I'm
resulting
sorry,
investigations have led to criminal
if you
charges
took
against 11
that
defendants across 6 districts for allograft fraud, including a company executive and 8 medical
millions
professionals.
died in China.
What happened here,
Millions
to be
died
clear,
in India.
was not medicine.
But they're
the
still
defendants in
saying
these schemes purchased allografts for $30
that the
to
earth has 8 billion
$75,
people.
inflated the price
Not
up
anymore.
to nearly 50 times that cost, with the tab picked up by the taxpayers, and then secretly gave lucrative kickbacks.
And then America
for
gets to pay
allografts
for
applied.
it.
marketers and nurses who took kickbacks targeted vulnerable
America's
hospice
own
patients,
tax
making
money
in many instances over $1
paid
million
for a
per
false
patient.
pandemic.
These allograft fraud charges are the result of just one of our many
Exercise.
data-driven initiatives.
And all these
We are
training
announcing today
exercises,
the first prosecution.
the building that all the press from both the Democrat and the Republican Party were in to celebrate something, I don't know, and the guy runs through there. That was a training exercise. Butler was a training exercise for the Secret Service and the CIA. But they're not telling us that. It's all a training exercise except Charlie Kirk. What happened to Charlie Kirk? Why are they not talking about it? Why are they not telling us who killed Charlie Kirk? This is ridiculous. I want to know what happened to Charlie Kirk before this Indian cockeyed talker gets up and says and takes all the credit for the work that everybody else is doing. He needs to tell us what happened to Charlie Kirk. Trump needs to tell us what happened to Charlie Kirk. It's a lie that he was shot with a .30-06. It's a lie that Tyler Robinson did it. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie that Farnsworth was able to take down the camera that was behind his head and take the SD card. And then 4 days later, it was paved over. And there was an opening in the floor, in the ground. There was an opening right beside Charlie Kirk where he could have slipped into it. A human dummy, a human heavy-looking dummy could have been handed to the men, and they could have carried it to the car. And that could be why that there was no blood on the way to the car after all that blood gushing from Charlie Kirk's neck. We want to know what happened to Charlie Kirk. If you cannot tell us what happened to Charlie Kirk, we're not going to believe you on anything else. Look what you're doing in LA. You're not stopping what's happening in LA, and you're talking about all these indictments. We want to see the indictments. Plus, we want to know what happened to Charlie Kirk. Get it straight, Stinko.
To charge a record number of individuals. I just want to go over a couple of things. One such individual, the FBI is responsible for what we call foreign transfer of custodies, FTOCs. Last week, the FBI executed 4 FTOCs on 4 separate continents in 24 hours. We did this because we had the backing of the White House and the U.S. government and the Department of Justice to go out and apprehend criminals wherever they are. One such individual related to fraud was apprehended in Turkey thanks to the relationships and partnerships between ambassadors.
Okay, that's great. You're brilliant. You're all over the world. You're able to do these things. You should have done them a long time ago. This should not have ever been allowed. But now that you're on the job, now that you're finally on the job and you stood down and you know where everything and everybody is, we want to see these indictments with names, and we want to see it immediately. Not only that, we want to know what exactly happened to Charlie Kirk and if Israel had anything to do with it, and this is why I'm asking the question.